cutting-edge fields are very, very important and relevant. It helps humanity to make progress and step forward. My name is Boglátka. I study computer science with AI specializations, and I'm from Hungary.
I'm Ken. I'm studying atmospheric sciences, and I'm from Japan.
My name is Daniel, and I'm studying cybersecurity, and I'm from Austria.
My name is Ibrahim. I'm studying computer science, specifically artificial intelligence, and I'm from Egypt.
My name's Linda. I'm a PhD student in electrical engineering, and I'm from Ecuador.
Ever since I was a small child, I was fascinated about the new technology from the US.
Whether it's from a big company or a new groundbreaking research finding, the US was always involved in producing cutting-edge technologies. So wanting to study cutting-edge fields in the US, it was a no-brainer.
There's a huge potential in AI and applying it in different fields of our lives. I've been doing research in applying artificial intelligence, machine learning-based tools and software to aid diagnosis and personalized medicine, ultimately.
Studying in the US has given me the freedom to choose what I want because of the breadth of options available. And for me personally, my care goes towards creatives and using AI to give them the best tools to achieve their vision.
I'm studying atmospheric sciences. I use numerical models, many different kinds of simulations to predict and quantify the change in the climate.
I'm really excited about the field of cybersecurity. That means I try to find solutions for cutting-edge cybersecurity threats in the future, preserve the consumer's privacy while innovating and developing new software.
I wanted to find universities that have a strong research center in intelligent transportation. And my favorite part about studying the US is that everyone has this mindset of doing things better and improving technology.
In my opinion, the US is the best place to study cutting-edge fields because you have this hub of innovation that produces the technology we're going to use today and in the future.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our today's sessions. We are really excited. There are so many of you watching us live, and that's really exciting. Thank you very much for specifying from what country you are. I think that's awesome. That makes us a huge network, and our speakers are very excited to offer you our today topic regarding TOEFL IBT exam. But first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Alina Yakubov. I am an Education USA advisor, and I'm also representing Education USA Virtual. So Education USA Virtual is here to help you with a lot of interesting webinars. You should stay tuned for our agenda for this whole month. We also have already scheduled events for October, so please join us. Please subscribe for our events. Please subscribe for our social media channels. We are trying to restream all that on our Education USA centers in many countries. So we are doing all this for you, and we are really thankful that you are appreciating that. And today we also gonna have surprises from our speakers. They are really nice to share with us. How's that? A nice tip. So yeah, they will tell us more about that during our webinar. But again, as I've mentioned before, today we're going to talk about TOEFL. And here are our two speakers from ETS. So we have Arum and Daria. So I would like you ladies to introduce yourself, and I will give you the floor, and then we can proceed with the presentation. And also I'd like to specify, guys, that we will allow time after this presentation will end to all the questions that you're going to have about TOEFL IBT version. We've received questions before this webinar when you have registered, so we are going to allow time for all the questions that you have prepared for us. So welcome, enjoy it, and hello once again, ladies.
Hello, everyone. Hello, dear participants. Thank you so much. First of all, we would like to say thank you and express our gratitude to Education USA, especially to Alina, our partner, for inviting us here. And of course, thank you all participants for joining us today. I'm here today with my colleague, Arum, and who is representing the Netherlands office, and I'm representing Central Asian region. I'm Daria. So we are very happy to be here today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Great. So while we are starting our presentation, first of all, please, guys, you can always write your questions in the chat. We'll be happy to hear your comments. We are here to answer all of your questions, make it interesting and useful for you. And also, please write in the chat which country, which cities you're representing, because I already saw that we have people from Armenia, from Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan. That's wonderful. From Ukraine. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. And you can also, again, write which countries you're coming from in the chat. And meanwhile, we are going to start. Great. Yeah, Kazakhstan, Armenia, wonderful. Glad to have you here today. So today we are going to talk about the TOEFL IBT test. So before we start, could you please write in the chat, what do you guys know about TOEFL IBT? Maybe you have heard of it before, or you have taken it before. What do you know about it? Where is it used? Maybe which sections are tested? Why do you need to take TOEFL? Please write in the chat. Great. I see people from Azerbaijan as well. Cloudy, Amsterdam. Yes, Aru. So why do you guys need TOEFL IBT? Okay, so I see someone commenting English test for testing reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Exactly. Great. Okay, so someone needs TOEFL for their master programs. Exactly. What else? What else do you know about TOEFL? How long does it last, guys? Do you know that? Okay, again, yeah, 4 main sections consisting from several questions. Okay, yes. Prove English proficiency. Someone needs for undergraduate study. Yeah, so for university study, immigration, and more. Great. I see we have a lot of experts here, so wonderful. Let's start our presentation. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write in the chat. So let's start. So today we are going to present TOEFL IBT. And let's start from our next slide. And we are going to talk about the TOEFL IBT test. Okay, so many of you have already answered what you guys know about TOEFL. So I see someone is writing TOEFL IBT score is required as part of the visa application process for students and work visas. Yeah, in some countries, it's definitely true. Great. So to learn, to study abroad. Exactly. So yes. So in the next slide, you can see that TOEFL IBT is the world's premier English language proficiency test, which is used for university study, work, and immigration. As some of you have already noted, it is also an academic English test. So this is the main difference from all other English language proficiency tests. Again, TOEFL IBT is academic English. So what do we mean by that? It means that we have academic content. So for example, reading passages come from real university level excerpts of textbooks. All conversations are campus-based, either with a professor or some situation that you will encounter while studying in an English-speaking environment. So this is what we mean by academic English. And also, it measures 4 language skills. So reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Okay, great. So this is about TOEFL. In the next slide, you can see why you should choose TOEFL. So first of all, you will get noticed by admission officers around the world because this is a high-stake test. So it is recognized by many institutions, many even employers around the world. Also, of course, you are preparing to study in English language. So when you prepare for TOEFL, you also arrive on campus better prepared for the academic English demands because you will be ready to listen to these conversations, read university level textbooks, and basically you will be prepared to study in English. And again, you will be able to get to many universities around the world or immigrate, etc. So in the next slide, we will continue to talk about where it is accepted and preferred. So I see we have audience from many countries around the world. And as you can see, TOEFL IBT is used and is accepted worldwide in more than 13,000 institutions in more than 160 countries around the world. So, for example, in the UK, it is 100% accepted by all UK universities. It is also used by all top universities across Asia. If you're planning to study in Asia, for example, of course, it is not just accepted, but also preferred in universities of the United States, right? Because maybe many of you are going to use maybe Education USA to go to study in the United States. So of course, it's not just accepted, but it's also preferred there. So if you come with TOEFL ABT test, you will be really highly considered by the admission office. And of course, also it is accepted in Canada and in European countries. So, and for example, I also wanted to mention, if you are coming from Central Asian countries, for example, it is also used for salary increase. If you're going to be a teacher, if you're studying your master, for state scholarships, so many purposes for the test. Great. So in the next slide, we're going to talk about the test format and features. So let's talk about and see how the test looks like. So actually, test has 4 sections, like we already discussed. So in this slide, in the next slide, you can see that we have reading, listening, speaking, and writing, and you can test your way either at a testing center or at home. So you guys are coming from different countries, so I advise you to go to our official website, which we will share closer to the end of our presentation. And there you can find all testing center locations, and you can choose the date, which is convenient for you if you prefer this way, or you can also choose the home edition. So the main difference between these ones are that at home, you will need to use your own computer, your own basically internet, your electricity, and at the testing center, you come, everything is prepared for you. So it's up to you to choose the format that is preferable, right? It's more convenient to you guys, but we have mostly both options available around the world. Okay, so in the next slide, we're going to see that we have several sections in this test. So reading, listening, speaking, and writing. And I'm very happy to let you guys know that the total testing time is less than 2 hours long. So maybe some of you took TOEFL before. So actually before July of previous year, it lasted more than 3 hours. Now it's less than 2 hours, which makes it less stressful for you guys. So you can complete all 4 sections on computer because TOEFL is internet-based test. So you take it fully on computer. Doesn't matter if it's at the testing center or at home. Even the speaking section is taken on a computer. You basically, again, 2 hours, you're done with the test. So in the next slides, we're going to see these sections in detail. So the first section that you will encounter is the reading one. So reading section assesses how well you can read and understand the kind of materials used in academic environment. So again, these are excerpts from university level textbooks that introduce some type of topic. So the topics may vary. So it could be a text about something from biology, taking from philosophy, some literature, history, etc. But you don't need to have any prior knowledge of the topic because everything that you will need to answer the question correctly will be in the passage itself. So these are 2 reading passages that you will see in the reading section, and you will have 10 multiple choice questions followed after it, and you just need to select the correct answer, basically. So the next section that you will encounter is the listening section. So this measures your ability to understand conversations and lectures in English. So including listening for basic comprehension, so meaning the general understanding, so whether you generally understand what the speakers are talking about, but also the pragmatic understanding. So actually, Pragmatic understanding is quite unique to TOEFL IBT because here you need to understand the speaker's attitude and degree of certainty. So I will give you an example of what I mean here. So for example, you come to a librarian and you ask for some book, but librarian is not sure they can find the exact book that you need, but they might not say it straight, but by the way they speak, right? Their attitude. For example, they might be like, this type of book. So, by the way they say it, you should understand what they mean. And why we assess this is because this is a skill that we use and we encounter in everyday life, right? We understand the speaker's attitude and degree of certainty. And of course, we also need to be able to connect different types of information. So the structure is that you hear 3 lectures and 2 conversations. The next section that you will encounter is the speaking section of the test. So this measures your ability to speak in English effectively in academic setting. So here we have 4 tasks. So 1 is independent and 3 integrated. So I'm very curious to ask you guys, what do you think is an integrated task? And what do I mean when I say integrated skills? So what do I mean when we say we integrate skills in our daily life? What do you think that means? This can be your guesses. So what do you guys think is the difference between independent task and integrated? Okay, someone is saying general conversations. What else? What do you think integrating skills means? We do that in daily life, and that's also what's assessed in TOEFL IBT. Don't be afraid. I'm not here to judge you, but just curious. Okay, Ellen is saying combine. Very, very close, Ellen. Exactly. Good job. Any other ideas or thoughts? How can we combine skills? What do you guys think? Okay. Some skills combined. Yeah, integrated, give an idea. Okay. Thank you so much for your comments. So exactly. So by integrating skills, we mean combining skills, right? So for example, in the speaking section, yeah, you have to retell. Very, very interesting, very close. So in the speaking section, we will see a short reading passage. Then we will listen on this topic, something that adds maybe additional information. And then we have to speak about it, right? So we combine different skills like we do in real life. Like for now, for example, even guys. So I am speaking, but I'm also reading your comments, right? And you are listening to me and you're also writing. So we are combining skills in daily life. And that's also what's assessed on TOEFL. And in the independent task, this is usually a question and the response is based purely on your opinion. So for example, do you prefer to live on campus or off campus and why? So this is the independent task and you just need to support your opinion. And you have 15 to 30 seconds to prepare. So you need to gather your thoughts quite fast. But don't forget, TOEFL IBT allows you to take notes. You can take notes to prepare, to give a response. Maybe you can highlight some key ideas that you are going to talk about. This is what I do personally. Or you can use that also to remember what was said in the listening part of the test, etc. So don't forget, you can take notes. And you have 45 to 60 seconds to respond into the microphone. And responses are captured by the computer and sent to ETS for scoring. And we will talk a bit more in detail a bit later how your responses are scored. And the next section, so the last one that you will encounter is the writing section. So we have 2 tasks here. So integrated task, again, you need to listen to a short lecture, you read a passage, and then you write about it. You write a response, you combine information. So guys, here, you don't provide your personal opinion in any integrated task. Please remember that. But in writing for academic discussion, you need to state and support your opinion. So this is where your personal opinion comes into play. And this looks like a blog, so an online classroom discussion. So this task has been added last summer because right now in the 21st century, many universities worldwide, they use these types of online classroom discussion blogs where a professor poses a question and students respond, and you as a test taker, you contribute to this discussion. Great, and I see many comments. You guys are saying that integrated skill involves use of mix of language skills. Exactly. Great job. Wonderful. Correct. Okay, so this was a bit in detail about each of the section. And don't forget that writing is also done on a computer. So by writing, we also mean typing. You need to have some basic aspects and knowledge of keyboard use. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Here you can see that we have actually several sample tests. I'm going to show you more soon, but for now you can know that on our official website, you can find a 40-minute sample test. So this is a very cool test because it's a self-paced approach. You will see real past test questions for all 4 skills, and you will be able to see correct and incorrect answers for reading and listening sections. So it's free. You can take it at any time to test your skills that you have right now. Okay, so let's go to the next part of our presentation. And I'm going to share test prep and practice resources with you. So the first resource that we have is the very cool Test Ready platform. So it has been launched several months ago. And here you can see the website. So it's testready.ets.org. I'm also going to put this into the chat. You can copy it. You can also, of course, find it through Google. So here, this is a platform you need to register. It's free. So you just provide your email, your name, basically. And what you will get here is a free rotating activity of the day. So one day it could be a writing for academic discussion task. Next day, something you should read. Then you will also find a full-length free practice test. So what's cool about this one is that here, your speaking and writing skills will be assessed by artificial intelligence, and you will be able to get an approximate score that you can get on TOEFL with your current basically skills and with your current abilities. And you will also get some feedback on how you can improve. So this is very, very cool. I really advise you guys to all try it for yourself. You will also get a personalized study plan. So basically, you will answer several questions on the platform, like which section do you struggle with the most, or which skill would you like to upgrade, then how many weeks you have to prepare. And the platform will create a personalized study plan for you guys. And every day you will see by weekly which tasks you can do. You will see links to different tests, how you can prepare. So very, very cool. I tried it myself. So definitely please try it as well. So I see a question. I want to ask if there is practice test refresh every day. So on the platform, the rotating activity refreshes every day. So it's every day it's different. But the free practice test, it's basically only one there, but you can retake the section. You can try as much as you can. But also this platform has, of course, additional books that you can buy. For example, we have our official guide, many other practice tests that are also available. Okay, so there's both free and paid materials there. So it's up to you to choose which ones you want to try. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Here you can see guides and books that we recommend. So the first one is the free test prep planner. So again, what's cool about it? It's free, right? You can find it either on the platform. You can also find it on the website. You have skill building activities there, sample test questions. And what's also cool, if you want to prepare for some specific sections such as speaking, right? Because I know some of you guys want to prepare for speaking, boost your skills, or maybe writing, etc. You can find many useful tips on how you can improve, basically. So please download. This is a PDF document. It's free. Please go. You can even type in Google and it will appear right away. It's a free test prep planner. We also have an official guide to TOEFL IB. So this is a paid resource, but if you really want to prepare, you can get it online, and it will be very, very useful for you guys as well. We also have official TOEFL IB tests. So these are additional practice volumes that you can get. Okay, so besides guides and books, on the next slide, you can also see that we have some courses. For example, the TOEFL test preparation insider's guide course. So this is a free course that I recommend. It's based on our partner platform called edX. You will see detailed information about question types. And what's cool about it is that you can spend maybe 1 hour a day or a few hours a week whenever you have time, because it's self-paced. We also have official TOEFL IBT prep course. So as you can see, it's up to you to choose, again, between free and paid materials, between like interactive ones versus the ones that have additional scoring and feedback. And we also have, on the next slide, you can see that we have some additional practice tests, like TOEFL IBT practice test. It's available on the website. So this is another one besides the one we have on the platform, which is free. Okay, additional ones you can also purchase. And TOEFL Practice Online is also very cool because we have full mock tests there. And we also have YouTube videos that you can see on the website. We have our own channel. And you can just Google it as well. So you will see it on the next slide. It's called Inside the TOEFL Test. We have comprehension video series here, which explains scoring criteria for different sections of the test. Okay, great. Yeah, exactly. This is all for practice, for preparation for TOEFL. Alrighty, so, and I will also post this link into the chat. Here you can find all preparation materials and also the prep planner, for example. I will also post this link to the chat. So this is the free one. So feel free to download it to your computer and use it whenever you would like. And also I will share a link to the Test Ready platform in the chat. Okay, great. So please save it and use it. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Now my colleague Arun will talk about registration and test day activities.
Thank you, Daria. Hi, everyone again. I'm Arun. I think Daria has already explained to you great resources if you want to practice for the TOEFL test. Definitely worth checking and worth doing. You know, been teaching TOEFL prep long time, and I think practice makes perfect. That's what people say. So definitely try to download it and do practices as many as possible. I will continue the presentation with registration and test day. On the next slide, we will see that now the TOEFL IBT registration is really easier than ever because you can do it through your mobile phone, and also you can do it in less time, and you can also see the schedule very clearly right now if you want to do the tests, when you want to do the test, and where you want to do the test. Next. This is pretty much the streamline how you can register. So you need to create an account first. So I will show you the website where you can register to make an account. And then once you create an account, you can select a location where you want to go. I saw in the chat that there are some students don't have any test centers in their country. I'll give you a solution later on. once you see the selection of location, you can pick a date and time and then complete registration and payment. Mind you, at the end of this presentation, I will also share the code for the discounts if you want to register within certain period and within certain countries. Okay. Next, this is the website. So please write down the website. It's www.ets.org/myTOEFL. This is where you can create your account. And also make sure that the name in your account really exactly matches with the name with your ID. Some students ask, so what ID can I use? You can use your passport. Indeed, you can use your ID, but I would definitely recommend you to use your passport. And if you have anything, testing accommodations, you can also request us, but please note, do that before you register. So you make an account and then you register, you mention it that you will have testing accommodation, and then you register. And then how long should I do or inform that I will need a testing accommodation? I would suggest to do that 2 months before you do the test. Okay. So sometimes students make mistake. They register first and then they mention that they need test accommodation. But do it the other way around. You mention it to us that you will need test accommodation and then you register for the test. Okay. The next one is this is how the account homepage will look like. So if you see this one, when you go to that website, that means you are right. This is where you can also see the information about your dates, your orders, and touch preps. That's where all the information are there. And then next, you could see the format. What TOEFL are you going to take? Is it the TOEFL IBT at a test center? Is it going to be at home test edition or essential? We don't really do essential right now, but you can choose either the TOEFL IBT at home and then TOEFL IBT home edition. So is it better to use the passport in my country or foreign passport? Do the passport, what do you mean with foreign passport? I mean, do the passport that is still valid. That's for sure. You can do both of them. Oh, you want to, yeah, you can do whatever passport. For example, you want to do the test. I'm Indonesian and I want to do the test in Amsterdam. Which passport should I use? Use the passport that you have. Some students, indeed, they have two passport. Use the one that you are comfortable of using. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the passport where you are living. Select date and time. So you can choose the date and times. I think we can go next. Yeah. And then you have selections of dates and times where you want to do the test. Again, based on this option that you did before, whether you want to take the test at a test center or at home. Next. Yes. So there are also some questions whether passport, I think that's a good one. I think you really need to pay attention to that. Please make sure that you check the ID. So usually what we do with the passport is when you get into the testing center or when you are sitting down before your at-home test, we will check your passport. So regardless where your passport is from, we need to make sure that the picture in the passport is the same with the person who is sitting in front of the laptop, because for TOEFL IBT, we're using a screen, right? So that's what makes it important. So we will see the picture. We will also see your, voice. We will record your voice. That's also important, regardless whether you want to do the test at home or a test center. So again, I can't really highlight this enough that you have to have the same name with your ID and account of the TOEFL test and bring that ID during your test. So if you are at a test center, you just need to bring that ID with you. If you are doing the test at home, you will show it on the screen, that ID that you register with the TOEFL account. All right? Yes. Yeah, so question about, well, I will continue with the question later so that we can do it quickly. So now, how does it score? You have done the test, right? Reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Daria has already mentioned some of the content of it. Now, how does it score? So if you make total correct score, the total score will be 30. So if you didn't answer anything, that means 0. So the maximum score for each section, either reading, listening, speaking, and writing, is 30. And the total score will be 120. The reading and listening will be scored by computer, and his speaking and writing will be scored by human raters, by human and also AI. It's really good to know what score you will need when you want to apply to a program. Say, for example, I saw some students wanted to go to the US. I think when you choose a university, take a look at their language requirement. Not only that, if you want to choose within a university a program, say for example Cornell University, and then you want to apply to engineering program, and then you check again within this engineering program the language requirement. All right, because sometimes university as a general will have different requirements on language score that they want acquired from you. If it's not stated there, not on the website, ask the admission officers what score do you need to have. So usually high top rank university, they will have it right away on their website. So say for example, we want TOEFL 117 out of 120. But if they don't have it, you have to ask the admissions office of that university. Next. The report. This is how the report will look like. You will see there on the screen, on the picture, there are two tabs there. There are two tables. The first one is the score where you are just doing the test, okay? And below it, there is my best score. So some universities do receive my best score. Again, if it's not stated there, please ask the university whether there is accept the my best score. So the score itself, you can receive it within 4 to 8 days after your test, and it's valid for 2 years. Okay. Next. So how to send score? Since long time ago, ETS doesn't really suggest university to accept copies from students. So we will ask universities to have to be in our ETS database when they receive score. So we want to encourage you to put your sending score. So where you want to send scores, so that university can have that in their database, because we share it with the university. So how do you make sure that your score will be sent to university? You have to do this right here. So you select the university where you want to go. So usually university have already got a code with us, ATS code. And then if you know the code, that's good. Usually university put that code in their website. If you don't know, you just type the university name. So those are official scores. So usually what happened is, if we receive, or university receive copies from students, that could be something like a scam, or they change the score whatsoever. That's why we don't suggest universities to accept copies from students anymore, but instead receiving copy from us. So ETS will send the score directly to university using this database that we have. Okay. What if you have more than one university? That's fine. You can get or you can put the name of university where you want to send your score, maximum 4 score recipients with no additional fee. So it's for free. However, if you want to do it 10, 6, or 8, then there will be additional fees. Okay. So think carefully where you want to send your score. Make decisions right away, because sometimes students don't really know where they want to go to study. And I think it's really important before you take the test. Of course, you want to know where you want to send the score, right? So make up your mind, and then select the countries where universities where you want to send your score. Next. So these are just some additional scores as resources that I want to share with you. Again, this is the website where you need to make an account, and all information, all the resources are also available in the website now. And then we also have Instagram account. I really suggest the YouTube channel, the one that Daria shared with you, all the information, the content of the TOEFL test. Check it there so that you can also see how the test looks like. And we have the TOEFL service. Next. Yeah, this is if you want to be included in our database. For example, if you want to have university contact you, so you can also register yourself in our TOEFL services so that you are in our database, and a university can also access your information and send you information about anything, about scholarship, about offers that they are offering to students. Okay. And the last one from me, this is very important because we want to give you 10% discount of the TOEFL IBT if you are students from Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Moldova, Belarus, Latvia, Uzbekistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Kyrgyzstan. When you register for the TOEFL test, so you make an account, you have already selected the date, you have selected the time, and then almost at the end before you pay, there is a question whether you have a discount code. So you need to include that code so that in the payment you get directly 10% discount. So before you could literally see it before you pay that you got a minus 10% to pay. So until when is it available? It's available until May 30th, 2025. I think that's all. Oh, I have I think there is a last slide where if you have any further questions, maybe Daria, you can also copy paste the question here. I can also copy paste. Okay.
Yeah, let's post our emails in the chat as well.
If you are in Central Region, please email Daria if you have any further question, or if you are in MIA, feel free to email me. I think there are so many questions that we can try to answer. We still have so many.
Sure. Great. Awesome. So
let's start with the questions. I think there are a bunch of them. We'll answer those that we have in the chat, and then we will answer those that we've got before the start of the webinar. So the first question, can I take the test more than once with the same payment?
That's a good question. So I can take that one. So no, with the same payment, you take the test only once, right? You pay for one test, you get your certificate, your result. So if you want to retake the test, it will be another registration.
Perfect. That makes sense. Okay. Any final tips for students who prepare the TOEFL for the TOEFL for the first time, I guess?
Do you want me to take over? Okay. So usually students, what they do, they thought they're good with their English. They don't want to practice at all. They just take the test. Well, I've been a student before, and I don't think it's really a smart thing to do. Do as many practices as possible. 5 practices, is it enough? No, it's not. Some students, even in the Netherlands, they did like 20 times. Once you are really ready to do the test, then you go pay for the test and register for the test. Another tips that I can share, I think we have what is it, the TOEFL, what was that, Daria? We can also share it in the comment. This is the step-by-step. If you just know test, TOEFL test, we also have step-by-step things that you can do. Maybe Daria, download that one and follow that. There are also some of the content that we shared with you in that document on how to do the speaking test, for example, and writing tests. Because of the time, we can't really explain it here. Did you share it, Daria?
I shared the link in the comments section. So again, this is the test prep planner. It's free. So please, guys, download and go through it. It's very useful.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, what if I'm a citizen of a country where TOEFL is unavailable, but I'm taking an exam in another country? Will I be able to use the code for a discount?
So for this particular discount, you guys have seen on the slide, and we will again post this in the chat, in which countries you can use this code, okay? This code is for some particular countries. And please, if you're going to take the test at one of these ones, of course, it will work. We will post this list again in the chat.
Perfect. Can you suggest good strategies plus prompts for speaking and writing?
Can you suggest good strategies? Okay. That's actually another 1 hour session.
I'm more than sure. Yes. Then you have to take the course, which you have to pay for, right?
Well, Preply has so many good samples. What is it? The Test Ready has so many good samples, and also the resources that Daria shared. The Test Ready, the books also has so many good samples. So each one of the tasks, if you remember Daria mentioning speaking and writing, there are only 2 questions, right? So each one has different strategy if you want to go on for that. And make sure you do apply those different strategies, because it's not just speaking. And also highlight that this is academic writing and academic speaking. For those who are applying for master degree, they could probably already got the idea what academic writing looks like or academic speaking look like. Or for those who just want to go to undergrad, I think you need to get familiar with that, because it's different level than just English speaking or English writing, I would say.
Okay.
Yes, and just close to this question, is a discount code a one-time code for each account? Yes, exactly. You can use this particular code only one time as a test taker.
By the way, about this one time, how do you define that it was just one time used? Is that per email address? So one email address?
Per account.
Per account, yeah. So you, as a test taker, you register using an account, right? You put your passport details, your full name, date of birth. So basically it's you, right? You only can have one account. And for this account, you can only use it one time.
So you guys should know that you cannot actually, you will not fake any ID. So it's definitely working for one time. So
please don't fake any ID. This was not a good idea at all.
Don't be too creative in that. Okay, good. So the next question, what's the difference between weighted and unweighted score?
So unweighted score is a raw score. So for example, there are 40 questions. How many wrong and how many right did you make? But weighted score is how then this unweighted score is scaled into our formula with with different values. It's like, and then it's mixed all together, and then it becomes weighted score. So weighted score is the one that you see, for example, you got 120. So how do we then convert this 40 scores that you are right, make it into 120? So 40 score right is unweighted score, and weighted score is those combination, the formula that we are having, where we are, this is psychometrics thing, this is the statisticians is doing that, and then the final score is the weighted score.
Okay, good. Then the next question is, hello, I would like to know why there are many differences in the TOEFL prices between countries and why we have to use only pencils.
This is very interesting. Yeah, so exactly, guys. So this is, I mean, basically how it is. We are not the ones who set the price because it's decided by many things, but each country has their own pricing. That's why we can't also mention it, because all of you are coming from different countries. But when you register, you will be able to see the price, and the discount code that we provide is minus 10% for your particular price. So
there are so many reasons why the prices are different. The taxing, for example, within countries are different.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the level. Yeah.
So, yeah.
The level of the country's economy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's so many aspects. It's. Yeah.
Okay, and why we have to use only pencils? Do we answer to that?
No, you don't use pencils. You do that. What do you mean? Why we have to use only pencil? Did somebody? No, you do the test. The TOEFL IBT is internet based. That means you do the test with computer. So if you are coming to a test center, there will be computers in a test center. So you just need to bring your passport and sit down, and then you can use the computer at the test center. I think you can use pencils if you want to make drafts. So for example, reading,
Exactly.
and then you make corrections or whatsoever, but not for the tests. The same if you are doing the test at home, we will not lend you our computer, but you have to use your own computer and downloads everything based on our instructions, and then you do the test with computer. Everything's there.
And a good thing to add here, guys, so you use pencils to take notes if you're at a testing center. When you're at home, you should have your own whiteboard and a marker that is erasable. So for the home edition, you should use that one if you want to take notes. Okay. So please mind that as well.
That's a great point, because I guess it will show on the screen that the person is like looking somewhere else when he would take notes.
Yeah, exactly. So you will need to show that you have this whiteboard marker that is erasable, because after the test, you can't take away any notes with you, right? At a testing center, you will leave it to them. And right after, if you take the home edition, you should erase everything. That's why it's done in this way. Otherwise, if you use a paper at the home edition, we can't make sure that you erase it and then pass the questions to someone else, right? So for security reasons. Okay.
I was just wondering, because you were specifying about the test centers and you were specifying about the online version, and you, Daria, have specified some differences. But I was also wondering about the price. Is there a difference in the price?
No, if it's in the same country, the price is not different at all.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Okay, the next question. TOEFL IBT is currently unavailable in my country, but home edition is available. Is it true that some universities don't accept TOEFL home edition for their master's program? Is it better to travel to another country to take a test in the TOEFL center?
Okay, so for this one, please, first of all, when you apply to the university, please make sure yes, exactly. Which type do they accept? Most accept both, but sometimes, yes, it's up to them to choose. So please make sure if they accept it, you can just take the home edition, of course, if it's more convenient for you. If not, you can travel to another country, some nearby one. So again, it's up to you, but also, again, please check what university accepts and what score you need to get, right? Because each program, not just even university, each program might have their own requirements about the section, the total score. So please, again, go in advance and check that. And after that, make your decision.
Okay, thank you. Then the next question, in the TOEFL IBT, an integrated task involves using a mix of language skills, such as reading, listening, and either speaking or writing to accomplish. I think that was an answer
this
to
is a comment.
the
Exactly.
integrated. Okay, good.
You learned it very great, Fenya.
Okay, good. So I see that you have answered already, Daria, during our webinar. Okay. Is there a way to reduce the additional fee? So I think we actually, can we send the scores 1 year after taking the test? We didn't answer to that, I guess.
Yeah, so guys, the scores are valid for 2 years for TOEFL IBT. So yes, in 1 year you can send. It's valid for 2 years.
Okay. Then another one, but what if I'm going to do home-based exam? Won't this promo code work if I am from the country which is not on the list? Unfortunately, no.
No, only from this particular list, this particular code, because yeah, you know, we create certain codes for specific countries, which we thought would come maybe the most at this time. But don't worry, we have many more codes. So please stay up to date with Education USA, with our pages, and for sure we will be able to send you some more interesting promo codes, materials, etc.
Okay. The next question, how can I think about ideas and make sentences if I struggle about it in the speaking section? So I think practice here is the best advice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
If you have more...
please, again, go through the test prep planner. There they have particular tips for you guys. It's just, it might take quite some time if we start talking about that right now, but really just read through them. And for each section, they have some tips of how you can practice, how you can prepare. Again, TOEFL IBT is an academic type of test. So if you're talking about speaking, please think about different topics for speaking that you might encounter while studying at the university, right? Either encounter with librarian, student advisor, talking with a professor, and just come up with these topics, talk with your friend, record yourself. Also on TOEFL Test Ready platform, we have these criteria that you are scored on. So we call this as rubrics. So this is what actual ETS raters in the United States use to give you a score. And there you have certain criteria. So you can have a look at that. You can find it on Test Ready platform. When you take the test, in the speaking and writing section, you will see these rubrics. And please assess yourself based on these rubrics. And I think after that, it will definitely help you. And again, academic related topics, this is our advice.
Okay. The next question, is there a possibility to send my score to the uni after I get results, not while registering to the university? I think Arun specified something about that, but
I don't recommend you to do that. Because then you will be considered as having to pay for additional fee. If you want to get a free 4-score recipient, do that before you do the test.
okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
for free you can do it while registering, but you can, it's possible, definitely, but you will need to pay. I think it's about $25 currently. You need to pay per institution to send it after the test.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Then, hello, dear ladies. I'm from Tajikistan. Can you help me if you know any program for studying in USA? I think that's a question that is related maybe to me. So thank you so much for asking about that. I'm more than sure that you have an Education USA center there. So reach to the Education USA advisor that is representing Education USA in your region. You can go on our website, and you can also find by region, or you can go on Education USA's general website and you can put your location and it will give you the exact address where you can find that in Google, anywhere else. And yes, we do have an Education USA center there. They can help you with that. Then next question, what about some strategies to score highly in reading?
I mean, some strategies for reading. You need to know what tasks are in reading. So what tasks do this test, the TOEFL test have? And then next, you really need to have at least the skill building yourself. What is the general reading, basic skill building for reading? Is it skimming, scanning, synthesizing, whatsoever? Some students, sometimes they don't really have this basic reading skills. And unfortunately, if you want to take the test, because this is very much like beyond the general reading, it's academic reading. So you could really see the topic of the reading will be about, something very scientific or something you can find in the textbook. So it's not something that you can find in newspaper, for example, like any other test. But this is very academic reading. So mind you, those basic skill reading should be on your top of your head, and you should be able to do academic reading in general, so not just reading.
Okay, makes sense.
You want to add something, Daria?
Okay, what is the price of TOEFL IBT Home Edition?
Yeah, so I think we answered that. So it's the same as in the testing center, but differs by the country. So please check on the website. While you register, you will see the price.
Okay, good. And the last that we have in the comments, if I took 2 tests and both are valid, can the first one be sent to the university if the score is higher?
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely. So first of all, don't forget that on your official certificate, you have basically two sections with your score. One is the latest score, and the second one is called My Best Scores. So My Best Scores shows your best result per each section if you take the test more than once in 2 years. Okay, so even in the second one, if it's a bit worse, My Best Scores will show your best scores even from the first and second one. But answering your question, yes, these are two different tests, basically sessions, and you can choose to send any one of them to these institutions. Again, please don't forget that if you want to send it officially after the test, it will require some additional payment in this case.
Okay, good. Thanks. Another question we received: how can I know if universities accept the best TOEFL result for master's program or not?
So university usually put that in their website. So say, for example, University A, we want the TOEFL score 110. We will accept my best score or something like that, because we always suggest university, if they accept my best score, they have to put it in their website. If they don't accept it, they usually also put that in their website. So say, for example, they don't accept it. Sometimes university have problems in putting all the information. And again, I can't really highlight enough that you need to ask the admission officers. I think my best score is really good, especially for students. I think it really brings advantage. That's the reason why we as ETS, the creator of the test, we create this My Best Score to benefit the students. But we also can understand why university try not to accept it for their administrative point of view. So you'd better ask university if you didn't see anything in the website about My Best Score.
Yeah, please just email them and your questions will be answered.
Okay, two more questions. Can I have several lists for notes? Can I have a cup of water during the test?
Okay, so yes, so if you come to the testing center, you will be provided with several lists for notes and pencils. And I think you can ask for additional one because you will have a proctor live there. So you can ask this and they will provide it for you. Again, if this is the home edition, you will need an erasable board. So you don't need several papers because you just erase it and write. In terms of having water, no, for security reasons, to prevent cheating, we can't allow you to have any bottles or anything, but the test is less than 2 hours. So really, guys, I think we can resist from drinking for this 1 hour 56 minutes.
I mean, as a test center administrator myself, usually what we do when students come to our test center is to ask you to clean or everything you have in your pocket, even your wristwatch. So definitely water is not something that you can bring. You have to keep it in a cabinet. And also, I think we also will check your glasses. So sometimes now with high technology of glasses, there are some cameras, for example. So we need to also check that. We also will wand you if you go to the mall, for example. Some people do the wanding, beep, 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 beep. So we will do the same. So those kind of things. So what happens if you are doing the test at home? This is also something that you need to know. Don't think that if you're doing the test, nobody's watching you, because sometimes students are so happy to do the test at home, nobody's watching. Well, there will be a live proctor. Live proctor means they're watching you live. So we will also do the checking the same way we do with the test center. So we will check everything that you have inside your body, your glasses. And we will check 360 of your situation surrounds you. So your table should be clean. There will be no papers. I like to put my pencil cases in my desk. So take it off or keep it somewhere. Make sure it's clean. There will be no dogs inside a room. So because we will check 360 under your table, and don't do the test at home on your bed, because it's gonna be weird, because we're checking you are sitting on the bed. So I definitely not suggesting that. So you will be also live proctor watching you during the test, so not at the end of the test after you are doing the test. Okay.
Yeah, so please, guys, please take it seriously. Yeah, and you will be fine.
Arun already explained it. Thank you very much, Arun. I mean, I got it why you were a tester there. So yeah, I got it. Okay, good. So guys, let's finish with two more questions, because I mean we'll get more of them definitely, but we have to wrap up anyway. So what if I accidentally click on something on my screen or walk away during my home edition test? Will the test start again?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Man, I met so many students with all their problems. There was one time student said, I didn't try my microphone, and suddenly I need to reschedule. So you really have, I know my microphone is working, so you really need to do step by step that we assist you to do, especially during the home edition. So what if you click on something or look away during my home edition? So we always alert if you are looking at somewhere on the ceiling. I like to do that when I think I look at the ceiling. But we always get a flag, like we flag it as something suspicious, and you don't want that. Or for example, students also, like moving their lips because they're reading, for example. Don't do something strange. That's for sure, because we will also make it as something suspicious. You're probably talking to someone else. You can't use what is it, headphone, for
Mhm.
that reason too, because of cheating of the test. We don't want to be suspicious of your, even the curtain behind you, for example, and there was probably somebody, like, dark curtain and then right one, maybe somebody's hiding that. That's also something that we can also flag. So be mindful that during the home edition there are so many nitty-gritty that you need to be careful. And when will the test start again? So what Live Proctor will do, they will ask you to reschedule again, or you will need to do the test all over again. So reschedule means you need to redo the payment again and stuff like that. We have a rescheduling fee for that. So yeah, I really give you the tips here, and please listen to that and do what I
That's good
mentioned.
to know. That's really good to know.
Yeah, exactly. But
And
guys, this is all for security reasons, to
yeah.
prevent cheating, and that the whole world, that's why the whole world trusts our scores, right? The certificate, because we're really into security. And again, it's up to you. You can choose a testing center if you are not sure. I mean, sometimes our electricity gets turned off, right? For example, for myself, it happens often. So if you're not sure, you can control this. Maybe it's a better option to go to the testing center, because you will be provided with all equipment there. You will have a proctor, so you can ask them any types of questions related to that. So please, it's up to you.
Okay, so the same person was asking if my camera is hidden in my keyboard. Should I buy another web camera then?
You can put your external web camera.
Okay.
And make sure it works. Test it first.
Yes. Yes, it's better than to risk, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just one more question that I would like to address you ladies that we've got before the start of this webinar. So I think it's an interesting one. What if the student has difficulty hearing the listening section due to poor sound quality or hearing issues? What the students does in this case?
So guys, for those of you or your friends who have some hearing issues or vision issues, etc., right? So basically some type of impairment, we have special accommodations for test takers with disabilities or health related needs. I'm going to post the link into the chat. You can find all types of accommodations that we provide there. We have different types of information bulletin. So basically for you will need to write to the special email. You send them an email with what type of impairment you have, and they will be able to provide you with some accommodations. But please do that in advance. We usually advise maybe about even 2 months in advance, just to be sure. And if you mean hearing issues in terms of maybe the sound or something, again, before when you just start taking the test, before you go to the actual test, you will be able to hear a prompt and you will be able to adjust the volume. So you will get these instructions on how to adjust, how you can change it. So you will be guided. So don't worry if it's this type of difficulty, you are there to adjust it for your comfort.
Okay, that's really good to know. And I assume that anyway, a student would get the instructions, if it's a home version, on how he should, that he's not allowed to use the headphones, that he's not allowed to look in some other directions. So I think that comes anyway automatically when he's registering for the test,
Yes.
correct? Okay, good. Perfect. I think we are very, very good with all the questions, and we finished with all of them. So thank you so much, guys, for addressing them or for being so active. We really appreciate, and we really appreciate how much work our speakers put in their presentation and in answering all these questions. I think you would not get this opportunity to just get this the answer from a representative. So we are really thankful that you have been with us here. And if you guys have additional questions, Arum and Daria left their contact information, I think, in the presentations. You can go back and see that. And if there are some additional questions regarding Education USA services or centers, you can also email us. I'm so thankful that you watched us today. Our next session will be with an alumni, and then we're going to talk about another standardized test, which is SAT. So stay tuned. Register for our events, for our webinars. We are very happy that this is useful, and we are very happy that we have this reaction, and that makes us more, motivated to do some more interesting webinars for you. Thank you very much, Arum and Daria. We really appreciate you being with us here today. And thank you so much for this discount code. We really, we hope that the students will use it. So guys, if you are in the process of preparing for your TOEFL test and you are planning to take it like before 30th of May 2025, make sure to use this code if you are from the countries that we have listed in the comment section. Thank you once again, ladies. We wish you good luck, and thank you, guys. We wish you a great evening.
Thank you, everyone. See you.
Good luck for the application. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.